presentation with a question. Have you ever been so scared you couldn't move? That's a common reaction to a really scary situation. We know we're in trouble. We know we need to move, but we can't seem to convince ourselves to do so. So we do nothing. Some people make a living helping others out of tight spots like this one. Firefighters, for example, are trained to persuade a person immobilized by fear that moving is a really good idea. The firefighter quickly establishes trust, speaks firmly with authority, and gives extremely clear and specific instructions. Unfortunately, information is not persuasive. Imagine you're trapped in a burning building. Now imagine I come over and simply tell you a few logical reasons why you should move. Fire is dangerous. The human body has not evolved to withstand the ambient temperatures inside a burning building. The fumes being produced are highly unhealthy. The building's structure is likely to become unsound, which creates additional dangers. Those are all very good reasons to move. This is valuable information, but it doesn't help you get out of that fear-based paralysis. Information alone isn't enough. Persuasion isn't about information or the facts. Most of the time, we already know the facts. Persuasion is about recognizing that the prospect's fears are valid and then allaying those fears. It's about, yeah, I know you're in trouble and so scared you don't know what to do. But if you listen to me, I can help. It's all about getting rid of the fear. The persuasion strategies are the same as those used in compelling messaging. Your target customer might do what you want them to do, but not without some waffling. They often hesitate before completing their purchase, paralyzed by fear. So break out the tools of persuasion to help them out. Try this. Picture yourself in this situation. You're at a networking event loaded with potential clients for your business. One of them walks up to you and says, "So what do you do?" How do you respond? Do you realize that your response can make your business millions or result in its demise? The typical response to that question is, "I'm an attorney," or "I'm a teacher." That's not what you do. That's who you are. Knowing exactly what to say and the order to say it is the real secret to building a $1 million business. Fail to get this right, and little else matters. In this presentation, we'll reveal the secret step-by-step process for creating the ultimate 4-step elevator pitch. This is a slightly longer version of the elevator pitch you previously created and is designed to provide you with a basis for all of your marketing messages, both now and far into the future. This elevator pitch is so powerful and compelling that it leaves your prospects on the edge of their seats. In this presentation, we'll review the elevator pitch components to be sure you remember the fundamentals involved. And then we'll expand them into the realm of persuasion marketing. As a reminder, persuasion marketing involves organizing the buying and selling processes so you can present compelling information about your product or service that will persuade your prospects to take a specific action. That's the primary purpose of your elevator pitch. Your elevator pitch is designed to be so persuasive that it almost forces your prospects to want to know more about what you do. Persuasion marketing addresses the wants and needs of all prospects in such a way that you continue to move them through their various stages of decision making, and the elevator pitch is one of the primary tactics to start that process. This presentation is going to teach you how to create a marketing message the correct way by giving you a process that generates a message and proves to your prospects that your business and your business alone provides the ultimate value for the price your prospects pay. Previously, we covered the basic fundamentals of the elevator pitch. We also provided an overview of the marketing equation itself and discussed the importance of the interrupt, engage, educate, and offer sequence. We discussed that the best way to create a killer elevator pitch is to start with a 30-second version using the words, "Do you know how?" followed by "What we do is." Once you have completed and tested your 30-second version, you can then shorten it to around a 10-second version. As it turns out, the 10-second version is the interrupt component in the marketing equation, and the 30-second version is the engage component. You then go on to create a 60-second elevator pitch that completes the marketing equation by educating your prospects and then immediately enticing them to take action with an amazing offer. We will reinforce all of this information since this is the process you will use for the rest of your life as a business owner to help you create and deliver competition-crushing marketing. When you master the marketing equation, you will set your business up as the premier dominant force in your industry, and virtually no one will be able to compete with you again. You will simply offer so much additional value that even if you charge double the price as your competition, your value will dramatically supersede the higher price and make buying from you a total no-brainer. So let's briefly review the marketing equation fundamentals and then show you how to apply them to your elevator pitch. One basic fundamental to remember is that marketing is a science. And like everything in science, there's a very simple equation that if you follow it to the letter, will always help you achieve the right result. That equation is called the marketing equation. The marketing equation consists of 4 basic components: interrupt, engage, educate, and offer. Let's take them in order so we can emphasize the importance each one plays in helping you create effective and highly compelling messaging. An ad you create must first interrupt your prospects. That simply means that you have to gain their attention. You do this with an attention-grabbing headline. The headline is by far the single most important part of any ad. In fact, think of the headline as the ad for the ad. The problem is that most businesses place the name of their company at the top of their ads, as well as their website. And that's the absolute worst thing you can ever do. Please don't be offended by this, but your prospects could care less what you have named your business. And they don't care what you look like. So stop putting your picture at the top of your ad. When you market to prospects these days, they don't know you, like you, or trust you. They have no idea if you can help them, or for that matter, if your business is even legitimate. Your prospects only care about themselves. They're looking for a solution to their problems, frustrations, fears, and concerns. So your headline must resonate with their hot button issues. That's what grabs their attention. Now, once you've grabbed your prospect's attention, you must ensure that the very next thing they read engages their attention. And that's the subheadline's job. It needs to engage them by promising to provide vital decision-making information that will solve their major problem, frustration, fear, or concern. In other words, your subheadline builds on the impact of the headline and fleshes it out with enough specifics to make it sufficiently intriguing that the reader will want to read further. Here's an easier way to think about the relationship between the headline and subheadline. The headline recognizes the prospect's biggest problem, and the subheadline promises them that there's a solution to that problem. The subheadline doesn't give them the solution, it promises them that there is a solution. They have to read the rest of the ad to actually acquire the solution. Can you see how that engages a prospect? When they discover there may be a solution to their problem, they're compelled to know what that solution is. In fact, they're dying to know what it is. If your ad is a print ad, place your headline in the largest font in the marketing piece and your subheadline in the second largest font. And be sure to place the subheadline directly below or immediately after your headline, so there's no ambiguity whatsoever. This actually directs your reader's eyes so they know exactly where to go. In essence, you're guiding the reader to read the information you want them to read, and in the order you want them to read it. The interrupt and engage components are 2 of the most important marketing fundamentals you will use, and when mastered, can have a tremendous impact on your marketing results. That brings us to the third component in the marketing equation. Now that your prospects are interrupted and fully engaged, you now want to educate them by providing significant information about how it is that your business delivers on the promise you made in the headline and subheadline. This is the job of the lengthiest piece of text in your entire marketing piece, which is the body copy. Your body copy must convince your prospects that you offer the most value for the price they will pay. And simply telling them that you're the best value isn't enough. You have to prove it. When you create your body copy, be sure you emphasize the benefits the prospect wants and stop focusing on the features you offer. The single biggest and most common mistake business owners make is they continuously focus on their business's features and not on its benefits. Features tell, benefits sell. Businesses that focus on features are doomed to forever compete on price. Businesses that focus on benefits always compete on value. It's important to remember that every prospect, no matter what they're buying, always wants the best deal. The job of your body copy is to educate them as to why you offer the best deal. It's imperative that your body copy informs your prospects about the extraordinary value you offer, and that it does so with absolutely no ambiguity. You also don't need to cover every minute detail about what you sell. In fact, your body copy should give them just enough information to entice them to want to know even more. And remember to focus your ad on only one hot button at a time. After you educate your prospects and they now understand the value of your product or service, you want to prove to them that what you told them was the absolute truth. That's why every ad must end with a compelling offer. Your offer has one purpose and one purpose only: to get your prospect to take a specific action. That's why the offer is often referred to as the call to action. In order to get them to take this action, your compelling offer needs to be a low risk, or better yet, a completely no risk way for them to take the next step in your sales process. The next step varies depending on what you sell. If you sell a low or moderately priced product or service, the next step might be to go ahead and buy. If you sell a more expensive item, the next step is often to request additional information. Just be sure your offer is as compelling as your headline. Remember, the ad has promised them that a solution exists for the problem you referenced in your headline. So don't just put free report as your offer. Give it a catchy benefits-driven title. Something like 7 questions to ask any plumber to make sure you aren't being ripped off. Is that a little more compelling than free report? You want to use the marketing equation of interrupt, engage, educate, and offer in every marketing piece you create. And that includes your elevator pitch. Your elevator pitch represents the essential marketing message upon which all of your future marketing messages will be based. That's why it's so important that we get it right. When you create a highly compelling elevator pitch, then attracting more clients, closing more sales, and generating more revenue for your business becomes pure child's play. That's why you want to take your previously created elevator pitch and expand it so it fits the 4 components of the marketing equation. And the great thing is this: you have already done most of the work necessary to create a 4-part elevator pitch. Earlier in the program, we asked you to complete a form called your thought process matrix. Go back to that form and look in rows 1, 3, and 4. Rows 1, 3, and 4 are labeled as your what they want row, what you could do row, which is actually your innovation column, and your how will they benefit row. When you created your original elevator pitch, you took all of that information, put it together in exactly the order listed, and did some slight wordsmithing, and that became your 30-second elevator pitch. Now, throughout this program, we have continuously emphasized the importance that emotion plays when you communicate with your prospects. In order to capture a prospect's attention, you have to start by tapping into their hot buttons. It's the hot buttons that create the emotion. That's why it's critical that you create a series of short, clear, and concise messages that compel your prospects to instantly recognize that you can provide them with value. You want to compel them so they want to know more information about your product or service. And the way you compel them is to strike them squarely in their emotions. That's why these short messages must focus solely on the benefits your business provides. Remember, prospects buy based on emotion, so your message must hit their emotional hot buttons. These messages can range from a 10-second version of your elevator pitch and can go up to a 60-second elevator pitch. When we first had you develop your elevator pitch, you developed 2 versions, a 10-second version and a 30-second version. At the time, I explained that I wanted you to use the longer one when you had sufficient time to use it effectively, and to use the shorter version when attending something like a networking event. Let me explain what it was we actually had you create. What first fascinates people is the what. That's why most people, when they first meet someone, always ask, "What do you do?" If you can respond with what I call a shock and awe statement, something that immediately interrupts the person you're speaking to. They will become so enraptured in what you just said that they will instantly demand to know how you do it. So your 10-second elevator pitch compellingly positions what you do, and then your 30-second pitch briefly yet compellingly explains how you do it. So in reality, guess what you've just done? You interrupted them with your 10-second pitch, and you engaged them with your 30-second version. You have just unleashed the first two components of the marketing equation on your prospect. Now, once you use the 10 and 30-second versions, your prospects will be clamoring for additional information. They will be responding by saying something like, "Wow, that's really something. Tell me more." What they're really saying is that they want to be educated. They're ready for the third component of the marketing equation. Remember, the marketing equation actually follows the exact same process all human beings go through when they make a buying decision. You're now seeing this unfold right in front of your eyes. And once you educate them, they begin to see firsthand the extraordinary value you offer that no one else in your industry can match. Now they want to try out your product or service to see if it really does what you say it does. So now they're ready for an offer, the final component of the marketing equation. And if you make that offer low risk or preferably no risk for them to try it, they will every time. That's why we need to help you take your 10-second and 30-second elevator pitches and expand the content to a 60-second version. In essence, the 60-second version is the 10-second and the 30-second pitches combined with the educate and offer components, all rolled into a single elevator pitch that will now become your future marketing message. Take a moment and look back at your thought process matrix. Row 3, the what you could do row, is where you recorded all the potential innovations you want to consider for your business that will separate you from your competitors, as well as help you offer extraordinary value to your prospects. It's the innovations you finally implement into your business that your prospects need to be educated about. Remember the example we gave you in a previous presentation about the attorney trying a murder case in front of a jury. The attorney's opening statement interrupts and engages the jury by informing them of the problem, followed by the promise of a solution. Once engaged, you must educate the jury with specific factual evidence and build a case just like an attorney does. Except with your business, your prospects are the jury. You must convince them you offer the best deal. And you can't just tell them you're the best. That's circumstantial evidence, and they'll return a not guilty verdict on your business. You want that jury to find your business guilty of performing exactly as you promised them it would. So don't tell your prospects that you're the best, or that you offer the lowest prices, or that you have the largest selection, or that you've been around for 35 years. They don't care. Besides, everyone, including your competition, is saying the exact same things. Prospects don't believe any of you. Show them that you're the best with specific, quantifiable evidence that proves your claims are true. Don't tell them you offer the best selection. Tell them that while your competition offers them 3 different selections, you offer 25. Don't tell them you offer convenient hours. Tell them you're open at 7 a.m. and close at 10 p.m. 7 days a week. Don't tell them you offer the lowest price. Tell them you guarantee to beat any competitor's price by at least 20%, or they receive your product or service for free. That's how you educate prospects with specifics. You want to do this in such a way that they begin to feel they know you, like you, and trust you. Oh, there's that word again, feel. Prospects buy based on emotion. Then they use logic to justify their actions. You're now establishing emotion every time you properly follow the marketing equation. After you educate them, you now want them to take a specific action. So create a no-risk offer that's so compelling, there's no way they can logically refuse. You have them hooked emotionally at this point. So just give them a rational, logical reason to proceed that doesn't jeopardize them in any way, and they'll take that action. That's the marketing equation, and that's how you apply it to your elevator pitch. But let me give you a specific example. Let me show you how a consultant would use this exact same process for their business. A consultant's 10-second elevator pitch sounds like this. We help small business owners who find themselves struggling, stuck, or just not growing as fast as they would like to understand why that's happening to them. And then we give them a proven process that helps them to immediately generate more leads, attract more clients, and make more money than they have ever made before, even in this horrible economy. Notice the interrupt here. This is focusing on the problem most small business owners face today. They're all struggling, stuck, or not growing as fast as they want. So they're immediately interrupted as they relate what we just said to their specific business. Did you also notice that all we gave them here was the what, not the how? That's because we want them to ask us that all-important question, the question that tells us we have a killer elevator pitch. We want them to ask, how do you do that? Now we engage them with our 30-second elevator pitch by saying, do you know how business owners today are desperately looking for fast access to the answers they need to grow the business they want? My company has created the world's first business growth network that gives small business owners access to all the tools, resources, and support they need to grow their revenues fast and with greater confidence and certainty. Can you see why this engages? It promised them that there is a solution to being stuck, struggling, or not growing as fast as they want. We have the world's first business growth network that builds your business and makes you money. However, notice it only gives the how from a 30,000-foot view. That's what engages them. Now they're intrigued, curious, and maybe a little bewildered. They want more of the how. They feel at this point that there's something here they don't know about. And even better, something they feel they may be missing out on by not knowing more. Now they have to know. That's when they say, tell me more. What they're really saying is, educate me. And that's the third component of the marketing equation. Now is your opportunity to begin to build your case like an attorney. Just remember, you don't want to inundate them with facts and figures. You don't want to burden them by giving them every little detail. In fact, you only want to give them enough to increase their curiosity to the point they're ready to accept your offer to try your product or service. So we engage them by teasing them with something we call our business growth network. That's what they're curious about. What is that? What does it do? Is it for real? Does it really work? Those are the questions now racing through every prospect's mind. So now we educate them. We briefly describe the network, and then we provide an element of credibility to prove to them that we are indeed the real deal. Our educate component in our elevator pitch sounds like this. Our business growth network uses a proven process that has already benefited thousands of business owners worldwide. In fact, it has been so successful in helping business owners get immediate results that we have been featured on ABC, CBS, and CNN. Our recently released book, Small Business Marketing Secrets, is now a New York Times bestseller. Now, we could have gone a little more in depth about some of the features of our business growth network, but we simply don't need to. What we just said is more than enough to convince any serious prospect that we have something they want. Besides, features only tell, benefits sell. They don't care what's in that business growth process. They only care that it benefits them and that it's credible. Why would CNN interview us, as well as all the other major networks, if we weren't credible? Believe me, at this point, they've heard more than enough to convince them they must try this out, if the offer is of no risk to them whatsoever. And that brings us to the fourth component of the marketing equation. After we educate them, we simply say, why don't I show you how your business can benefit from this process? I conduct a 90-minute small business assessment for $500, where I show business owners just like you how you can take your business from where it is right now to where you want it to be. As a professional courtesy, I would consider it a privilege to provide you with that assessment complimentary. What do you think their answer is? So when we put this entire thing together, it sounds something like this. I am attending a networking function, and Debbie walks up to me and says, so what do you do? You know, Debbie, I have the greatest job in the world. I help small business owners who find themselves struggling, stuck, or just not growing as fast as they would like to understand why that's happening to them, and then I give them a proven process that helps them to immediately generate more leads, attract more clients, and make more money than they have ever made before, even in this horrible economy. Really? How do you do that? Well, Debbie, do you know how business owners today are desperately looking for fast access to the answers they need to grow their business they want? My company has created the world's first business growth network that gives small business owners and entrepreneurs access to all the tools, resources, and support they need to grow their revenues faster. Will this work for my business? Debbie, our business growth network uses a proven process that has already benefited thousands of business owners around the world. In fact, it has been so successful in helping business owners get immediate results that we have been featured on ABC, CBS, and CNN. Our recently released book, Small Business Marketing Secrets, is now a New York Times bestseller. You know what, Debbie? Why don't I show you how your business can benefit from this? I conduct a 90-minute small business assessment for $500, where I show business owners just like you how to take your business from where it is right now to where you want it to be. As a professional courtesy, I would consider it a privilege to provide you with that assessment complimentary. That's the power awaiting you when you create your very own 4-part elevator pitch. And best of all, you have already completed the first half of it. Just go back to the previous presentation where we helped you create your elevator pitch and retrieve your 10 and 30-second versions. Then write out the last 2 components so you can further educate your prospects and bring them to the point where they can't resist your no-risk offer. Just remember to not go overboard in the educate portion of your elevator pitch. Don't give them every detail about what you do. You only need to go a little more in depth to show them that you offer the solution to their biggest problem, frustration, fear, or concern. Prospects buy what they want, not what they need. And what they want is a solution to what ails them. Show them you have that solution and that your solution offers superior value over any other solution your competition offers, and they will buy from you forever. In fact, human nature demands they buy from you. They want the best deal, which means the most value. Thanks to the innovations you created when you completed your thought process matrix, your business is the only one in your industry that now offers that extraordinary value, even if you charge twice the price as everyone else. If your value exceeds the price, they will buy from you every time. And by the way, this isn't easy. You may get lucky, and the first version you create may be the one that deeply resonates with your prospects, but don't count on it. Creating a super powerful, highly compelling 4-part elevator pitch often takes months to perfect. So don't get discouraged if you don't get an immediate positive reaction the first time you try yours out. But once you nail it, you will have it for life. And if you don't believe this gives you an immediate competitive advantage over your competition, just ask any small business owner what they do, and they will get a look like a deer caught in the headlights. Oh, they may say something like, well, I'm an attorney or I'm a plumber. That is not what they do. That is what they are. What you do is based on the benefits you provide, not on the product or service you offer. An attorney is, in reality, a legal specialist who helps small business owners maximize their legal loopholes to increase their revenue while lowering their costs. A florist doesn't sell flowers. They're a romance specialist helping men and women express their true love in their relationships. Show me just one business you know of right now that has even a basic elevator pitch, much less a 4-part one that compels prospects to beg you to sell them your product or service. By the way, that opens the door nice and wide for you and your business to walk through and promptly position your business for market domination. That's why once you do nail this, you want to immediately integrate your 4-part elevator pitch into all of your marketing collateral. This core message becomes a beacon for your business. It attracts customers to you in droves. It drives your profits through the roof, and it creates a unifying message that gets your entire staff on the same page. It reduces disputes and mismanagement of projects within your business by providing a specific focus. It brings huge success to areas that used to be difficult, especially your marketing. It's literally the most powerful tool you can create for your business. Once developed, your 4-part elevator pitch becomes your core message, your new mantra, so to speak. It becomes your war cry that you position in every form of communication you use. It becomes the central theme throughout all of your lead generation and lead conversion materials. That's why you may need to spend hours, days, weeks perhaps even months, developing, tweaking, and refining it, and you will continue to do so forever. There will always be a new and better way to get your message out to your target customer, and you need to always look for that new and better way for as long as you're in business. And when conditions change within your industry, as they so frequently do, you should continue to add new innovations that keep you far ahead of your competition. And every time you innovate, you want to revisit your elevator pitch. Remember, its core focus is on your innovations. That's what you're educating your prospects on. Hopefully, I'm convincing you that it's worth all the time and effort you'll put into it. And once you nail it, use it well, use it often, and use it everywhere you go. Let's look at several additional examples to help cement your understanding of the four-part elevator pitch. Let's revisit our child care example. You always want to start with the thought process matrix and create your 30-second elevator pitch first. If we were developing this elevator pitch from scratch, we would take a sheet of paper and write down the words, "Do you know how?" and then write down the information that's listed in row 1 from the child care's thought process matrix. Then we would write down the words, "What we do is," and write down the information listed in rows 3 and 4 from the matrix. We would need to wordsmith this version to clean up the structure and the flow, but you would have all the necessary elements in place. So for the child care example, the 30-second elevator pitch would sound something like this. Do you know how you drop your kids off at child care and then spend the rest of the day at work worrying about their safety and wishing you knew what was really going on? What we do is relieve all doubt and worry every concerned parent feels by providing you with WebWatch, an online camera surveillance system you can access from home or work and watch your child whenever you want, relieving your anxiety and stress and giving you complete peace of mind. By using the thought process matrix to gather and store the information you'll use in the elevator pitch, the matrix keeps you focused on the hot buttons, the innovative solutions, and the benefits of those solutions that are the most important to your target prospects. These are the emotional traits that create the emotional responses we're looking to generate. Remember, prospects buy based on emotion. Think of the thought process matrix as a warehouse containing the exact information you need as a small business owner to create an emotional buying situation with qualified prospects whenever you want. This elevator pitch is about 30 seconds long and is a great way to begin the creation process for a killer elevator pitch. Remember, this is the elevator pitch that engages your prospects. Now, you want to develop a shorter version that's approximately 10 seconds long, which is the perfect length for most types of networking events and functions. This shorter version needs to be a single sentence and focused more on the basic benefits that were highlighted in the 30-second version, so it interrupts the prospect. Here's an example of how we might rewrite our 30-second elevator pitch into a 10-second one. I provide worry-free child care services by giving concerned parents the ability to watch their child online anytime. Now put them together in the proper order, and you have a terrific message that quickly and compellingly interrupts and engages every prospect who hears it. So, what do you do? I provide worry-free child care services by giving concerned parents the ability to watch their child online anytime. Really? How do you do that? Do you know how you drop your kids off at child care and then spend the rest of the day at work worrying about their safety and wishing you knew what was really going on? What we do is relieve all doubt and worry every concerned parent feels by providing you with WebWatch, an online camera surveillance system you can access from home or work and watch your child whenever you want, relieving your anxiety and stress and giving you complete peace of mind. Now, let's educate them by going just a little more in depth so they will be chomping at the bit to take me up on the offer I will make them. You're telling me that I can see my kid on the internet while they're at childcare? I've never heard of such a thing. Tell me more. All parents want to feel that their child is receiving the very best care that's possible when attending childcare. But the only way they will ever know for sure is to have the ability to become a fly on the wall, so to speak. They need the ability to look in their child's situation at any time they choose, which naturally holds the child care and its staff completely accountable and virtually assures your child will receive quality care and attention. Think this parent is hooked at this point? Are we driving home the emotional components offered by our child care facility? Again, notice how the focus is always on the benefits of care, attention, accountability. Parents don't care about WebWatch. They only care that their child is receiving quality care. That's what drives their emotions. WebWatch is the feature, the logical component they can use to justify their purchase. It's the emotional benefits that seals the deal for the child care facility. Now, we only need to make a no-risk offer and the deal is done. Why don't I do this? I've surveyed all 17 of the local area child cares in 10 major areas that concern all parents with children in child care. Areas such as health, nutrition, accountability, and education. I would be more than happy to send you a copy so you have all the information you need to know as to which child care offers you and your child the most benefits for the prices they charge. Would you like me to send that to you? That's all there is to it. Naturally, you start with this version and then test it. Watch the reaction of the prospects, tweak it, and refine it. There's always a better way to market your business. Always. You will never get it 100% perfect, but even at 30%, you're light years ahead of your competition because they respond by saying, I own child care. And naturally, their prospects respond by saying, that's nice. Next. This is persuasive marketing at its best. This is how you build a market-dominating business. Just never forget that it's a process, not an event. The one thing that works in your favor is that your competition is treating it as an event. Most of your competition uses a spray-and-pray marketing approach. They often believe that getting results from their marketing isn't that important, as long as it gets my name out there. When will they ever learn? You've just learned a proprietary persuasion marketing process, and now you have a proven and tested marketing equation to guide you through it. If you create your very own 4-part elevator pitch, you should see dramatic increase in the number of leads you generate, the number of clients you attract, and the amount of money you will make. You will set your business up as the dominant force in your industry, and your competition will never be able to compete with you again. Your message will be so powerful and compelling and convey so much extraordinary value that even if you charge double the price as your competition, your value will supersede the price and make buying from you the only logical choice a prospect could possibly make. Next, we're going to begin to create your actual marketing collateral. We'll begin with ad design and layout. We'll teach you how to take the marketing equation and, using it as a template, create marketing and advertising that grabs the attention of your prospects and convinces them to buy what you sell. This is how you begin to create your very own competition-crushing marketing program, a program that will enable you to completely dominate your market. Our overall focus is to help you continue to build the business you've always dreamed of having, a business that provides you with financial freedom and an extraordinary life for you and your family. Remember that a primary goal in the e-learning marketing system is to help you quickly develop the processes that will bring more revenue into your business. Each presentation brings us closer to accomplishing that goal. So until next time, here's to your success.